Hello, Guy here. And this week I want to talk about a small change that I'm making, and then I want to pose the question, do these small changes make any difference? Do they make any difference for ourselves? Do they make any difference for the world? So I was inspired to make a change regarding this podcast and the platforms I use. I mean, I currently post on YouTube, but I also have the channel mirrored on Rumble. But I'm inspired to favor Rumble now. When I make a new video, I'm going to promote it first from Rumble. On my website, I always embed the video on a blog post. I'm going to embed it from Rumble and not from YouTube. I'm still going to provide the YouTube link because, I mean, first of all, there are people that use the captioning on YouTube, which Rumble doesn't have anything equivalent to that. So that's important. So the option of YouTube is still there, but I'm just making a slight change. I want to favor Rumble. And the reason I'm doing this is because YouTube is a censor. They censor free speech. And just in the last week or so, I heard that Russell Brand had one of his videos censored, banned, whatever you want to call it. And the same thing happened to me. I had an interview with our local state representative that YouTube banned. I did manage to get it unbanned by contacting a Google lobbyist in Des Moines, Iowa, but that's another story. So these guys, YouTube, Google, they do censor. And I could tell from Russell Brand last week that it really kind of affected him. I'm sure he expected it, and he's been building up his Rumble channel for a while, waiting for the day when they did, censor him or give him a strike. I don't know if you know, but YouTube do this 1, 2, 3 strike thing. When you get 3 strikes, you're out. They take down your whole channel. But I could tell he was quite affected by it. I know when I was censored by YouTube, I felt violated. And afterwards, when I started uploading to YouTube and sharing the YouTube links, I felt weird about it because it's like being in an abusive relationship. Once they censored me, I realized, oh, I'm in an abusive relationship with these people, but I'm continuing to stay in the relationship and maintain the relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. YouTube has been amazing for me, for all of us. There's amazing things about YouTube. There's amazing things about Google products. I've used Google products, still use some Google products. But I think we all know at this point there's a dark side. We know that Google censor search results. We know that YouTube take down videos that go against the narrative, and it's not even fair that how they apply it. There's definitely certain things that they're favoring. So the question here is, so what to do about this? So I decided that I'm going to favor Rumble, and no, I'm not quitting YouTube just yet, but it's going to happen eventually. Probably all of us that have anything to say that's resembles the truth these days are probably going to get banned at some point. But I'm just making that small change. So the question is, does that make any difference? I mean, did Guy Harvey moving over to Rumble? I mean, my YouTube channel's tiny. My Rumble channel's even smaller. But there's two things. First of all, it's about me. It's about me making a marker, just in consciousness, just me making that decision that I'm just taking some action against sort of being in this abusive relationship that I'm in with YouTube and Google. And sure, I'm not completely quitting, but I'm making some change. I'm making some change and moving in that direction. And certainly, Russell Brand making this change. He's a big influencer. He has 5 million followers on YouTube and has a big voice, a big reach. So Russell making the change will certainly have an impact. But I wanted to share a story about the small guys like me making the change. There's a Vedic story that was conveyed to me by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. and it's called the Seagull Story. And I'll put a link to the Seagull Story, the official Seagull Story, in the description. So here's how it goes. Once upon a time, there was a mother seagull, and she had some eggs on the beach, and the big bad ocean waves came in and took her eggs into the ocean. So she's pretty upset. Her babies had gone into the ocean. So she said to the ocean, you know, give me back those eggs, or I'm going to drink you dry. And the ocean just laughed, because it's a huge ocean and tiny mother seagull. So anyway, not to be perturbed, mother seagull starts going down to the ocean shore, puts a beak in and starts taking out one drop at a time. And the ocean just kind of laughs at her, ha ha ha, you know, how are you going to drink me dry? But what happens next is some other seagulls see what the mother seagull is doing, and then they ask the mother seagull, why are you doing this? And she tells them the story. They say, well, we'll help you out. So then more seagulls start putting their beaks in and taking out one drop. And you know, the ocean isn't still not impressed, still kind of laughing at the seagull, but more and more seagulls come and start taking the drops out of the water. And then what happens is word gets passed around in the seagull, seagull ether, and the king of the seagulls finds out about what's going on. So the king of the seagull is really powerful, kind of a power, you know, equal to this ocean. So this big seagull, king seagull, comes down, says the ocean, give back them eggs, or I'm going to drink you dry. And the ocean, the ocean takes it seriously, and the ocean gives back the eggs. So there we go. So those little actions inspire other people to take little actions, and those little actions build momentum, and then eventually that momentum reaches a tipping point, and then the change comes. And I've had this experience directly with fundraising. I've done quite a bit of fundraising for nonprofits and stuff like that, and I've noticed with fundraising, and I've organized GoFundMes and things for projects as well. Like if you get like a lot of people doing small donations, eventually it attracts big people to give big donations. So anyway, that's the that's the Seagull Story. You know, go and check me out on Rumble, and if you have any comments about this, are there any changes that you're making, any stands that you're taking, and just let me know. And I just one final thought is like I think I mentioned this in another video. I think the system wants us to feel like the little actions don't make a difference, so we don't take them, because we're always just waiting for the big thing, and that was in another video. So yeah, so keep taking those little actions, those little changes, and I'll see you on the next video. And thanks for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribing, and all of that. Over and out.